kind of looking back at your last season, first pro season, how would you assess how it went on the whole?
Good. Played well. I developed well. Progressed as a player and as a person well. Learned a lot and contributed well, I thought. And I had a good year. I enjoyed it. So going to build off that going into the next season and hopefully try to make the team.
What did you think getting a couple of NHL games did for you?
Yeah, it's good confidence, I think, knowing that I can play at that level. I have confidence in myself to play at that level. I think I can do a good job at that level. So just being able to play those few games was awesome. I had a lot of fun. I know what it's like. So coming here with a little bit of experience with the previous camps and coming here to be a leader, Chris and the development staff asked me to come here, and me, Korzak, Berard, and Sicky were asked to come here to be leaders. So take a couple of young guys under our wings and just kind of show them the ropes of being a first-year pro player, and we were more than happy to do it. So we always like coming here. So those few games were awesome.
I was going to ask, so it sounds like they wanted you guys to be here specifically to sort of be guys that the rest of the group could look up to, and that's why you decided to do it?
Yeah, I mean, we were here, we were skating when we were on the taxi squad, so it was kind of a thing that was talked about when we were here, and we were all pretty happy to do it. I mean, we've said in the past that we like coming here, so if I can come here and not only learn a little bit more as best as I can, but also be a leader, I think that's the biggest thing for me, take leadership qualities from junior and kind of apply it here. And when I was a leader in junior, these were guys that I was kind of taking along with me, and now to see all these guys in NHL camps, it's pretty cool. So so just to come here, be a leader, and have fun with it, I think it's the most important thing.
What is this for you now?
Yep. Yeah, so Ford.
Hoping it's the last?
Yeah, so bring a little leadership this time here.
You and Perreault seem to be skating together a lot. Just what were your impressions of him, and have you gotten to know him much?
Yeah, Gabe's great. He's obviously a good player. He's special talent. I think that him and I are good buddies, and hopefully we'll be good buddies in the future, and hopefully we can play together. So he's a good player, and you can see just when you skate with him, he tries to find you all the time. So I think with his kind of playmaking ability and with my shot and kind of finding open space, I think that'd be a pretty good duo. So he's great.
How did you guys become? Obviously, you're both prospects, but how did you become friends? You've never been on like the same team.
I think just a connection. I think from last year, I think you kind of just talk to one another, and I think we have the same kind of personalities. So he wants to win, I want to win, and we both want to be here. So I think we're helping each other out by both being here and pushing each other.
Where do you think you made some of the biggest improvements last season?
I think I made improvements all over the ice. I think my most important thing was my details in my D zone. I thought that really took another level. I think that if you talk to anyone down there from game 1 to the last game of the season, they kept telling me that they saw big strides and huge strides for my development. So every time you hear that, it's always a compliment, and it's always confidence building too. You're able to score and put up points, but if you can't do the other stuff, then you may not cut it. So just learning that stuff there is the most important thing for me when I was down there, and getting confidence from the coaches that were down there, and even when I was up here was good as well.
Looking back on this past year, how would you assess your college season and just where you're at?
Yeah, I think it was obviously a big year for myself and also the team. I think it was a fun year overall. Obviously had a good season as a team, and also myself, I thought I improved, got bigger. So I think it was really good overall.
The way that you stepped in and the production, I know you had a really good year with the program the year before, but did anything about that, did you surprise yourself at all with the way you were able to put up points this season?
Yeah, I think a little bit. I think it was the same way at the program. Obviously, with myself and our line as a whole, we had high expectations for ourselves. So I think going every game trying to, obviously we want to score, but we want to help the team. So I think that's kind of the mentality we go in every game, and obviously when that comes, it makes it even more fun. What
was the biggest adjustment going to the college game?
Yeah, I think the first couple games, obviously guys are bigger, stronger, probably not as much time. That's probably the biggest difference, I thought.
You spent a lot of time with Brennan Othmann on the ice. What's he like to play with? What stands out about him?
Yeah, I think it's obviously fun. Obviously got a really good shot, fun kid to be around, always laughing, having fun. So it's always fun when you get to see your chemistry with guys like that, and looking forward to keep going with him hopefully one day.
You mentioned getting bigger and stronger. Was that one of the main areas that you were focused on, or one of the main areas you felt like you improved this past season?
Yeah, 100%. I think it's exactly those are the things I've a couple years I've been focusing on. Obviously, got to get bigger, keep getting weight, stuff like that, and work on my skating, which helps with getting stronger. So I think all those things combined for sure.
So the physical side of it is, it sounds like where maybe your
Yeah.
focus is to prepare yourself for what comes next.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it.
Second year at development camp, just what are you looking to get out of this experience?
Yeah, I think it's obviously last year there's a lot going on, draft before, all that stuff. So kind of don't have as much time to take it all in. I think this year just obviously seeing the guys are more comfortable. It's obviously a little bit more fun, and yeah, trying to take it more all in than last year because there's a lot going on at the time.
Did you get to talk to EJ Emery much?
Yeah, I texted him after the draft. I didn't know him. Obviously, I knew him a little bit from he played at the program as well. Just texted him, congrats, let's go, stuff like that. So yeah, it was obviously cool, and a guy that gets picked here too.
The Rangers seem to really like their guys from the program.
Yeah, a couple of years. Yeah, they've been going with them, so I like it when they do that too. So.
I remember last year when we spoke to you at this time, you said you weren't sure exactly what the plan would be, but maybe an ideal thing would be 2 years in college and then make a decision after that. Is that still where you're leaning or what you're thinking?
Yeah, honestly, I haven't thought about that too much. Just focus on having another big year at school. Try to focus there, have a good season, and hopefully win national championship. And then when that time comes, probably discuss with my family, my agent, obviously the Rangers, see where they think I'm at, and most importantly where I think I'm at, and then I'll make a decision from there.
But the plan is definitely be back for your sophomore year.
Yeah, I will be back. Yeah.
Going into next season, has Greg Brown told you how your role is going to change, or if your role is going to change at all?
I think a little bit. I think obviously last year with Cutter being there, I think he was going against the top line quite a bit. So I think that's kind of the biggest thing. I think would be probably going against the other team's top lines, which I like to do that. So I think that's probably the biggest adjustment. But other than that, it'll be pretty similar.
But some of the added strength and things like that you talked about, I mean, are you trying to get yourself into more of the areas where that strength is going to come into play, like the slot, the net front? Like, do you feel like your game can play in those areas as well?
Yeah, I think I've obviously been always pretty good at getting to the inside and finding different ways to score and make plays. But I think as I get stronger and bigger, that'll make all those things even easier.